In the hills of Nablus, activists from throughout the West Bank, along with internationals, converged to strengthen the campaign for boycotts, divestments, and sanctions against Israel. The second National BDS Conference took place on the 31st of May, 2010. Over 200 people met to discuss the successes and challenges of the BDS campaign since the 2005 call for BDS by Palestinian civil society organizations. Among the conference speakers was Hugh Lanning, Deputy General Secretary of the Public and Commercial Services Union and Chair of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign.
And that was what was successful in the boycott campaign of South Africa. It changed world political opinion to say that apartheid wasn't acceptable. We now need to change world political opinion to say that the occupation of Palestine and the lack of a free Palestine is not acceptable.
Workshops with BDS campaigners from the U.S. and Europe heard from local representatives. Among the challenges identified were the incongruent policies and positions by various government departments and civil society organizations in Palestine.
It might not be very fashionable to mention that, to internationals mainly, but it is a fact that we suffered tremendously from lack of a clear Palestinian official position. In the OECD campaign, we lobbied tremendously. We had international law experts lobbying on our behalf. We did a lot of under-the-radar kind of lobbying with many special delegations, and we needed one vote. But the obstacle we faced is that where is the official Palestinian position? It came very late, the Palestinian position, 3 days before the vote, so it did not have any impact.
Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas recently signed the Karama Pledge, ostensibly boycotting settlement goods throughout the West Bank. However, apart from this symbolic gesture, the PA has confirmed its commitment to continuing cooperation with Israel, as agreed in the 1994 Paris summit. Abbas reinforced this in May 2010, when he stated, "We are not boycotting Israel because we have economic relations and we import from it." The BDS Civil Society Declaration has called for a blanket boycott against any forms of normalization with Israel, demanding, among other things, that the Jewish state be investigated for crimes of international law and the blockade be lifted over Gaza. Issam al-Aruri sees this as sending mixed messages to Palestinian society.
It creates confusion because it's been understood widely in the world that why are the Palestinians are calling only for boycotting settlement products, while we call worldwide to boycott all Israeli products and to put sanctions against Israel as long as it's not abiding by the international humanitarian law.
Conference participants discussed economic incentives and grassroots education to advance Palestine First purchasing policies and individual practices by both consumers and retailers.
Even when we talk about milk, the Palestinian milk is cheaper than the Israeli ones of Nova, and it's with the same quality, and you can find it all over except in Jerusalem because it's not allowed.
Hinda Wad, BNC coordinator in Palestine, describes some of the campaign's recent international successes.
The S part of BDS is the most difficult one to achieve, really, because it's an act of boycott or divestment from a governmental level. That being said, we have had sanctions in the BDS movement. Other than the official sanctions like that from Venezuela, ending all political relations with Israel, we have had two recent very important sanctions. The first by the government of Norway, when the governmental pension fund divested from Elbit Systems, an Israeli military contractor that's providing security systems, cameras for the wall. The second sanction is by the government of Spain. The government of Spain excluded an Israeli academic team from a competition, a solar decathlon competition, and that was also another sanction.
Organizers have since called for the intensification of the BDS campaign since the deadly Freedom Flotilla raid by Israel.